Between age 9 months and 1 year, most toddlers begin to bite. And it's very surprising to parents because you had this sweet little baby that never really did anything wrong. And then suddenly he's biting, he's hitting, he's curious about all those kind of acting out or aggressive actions. For the most part, babies don't intend any harm or they don't intend to be mean. They don't realize that biting is painful to you. And I think the best way to approach it at the beginning is simply try to keep your body away from baby's teeth. Parents can typically anticipate that the baby's moving towards your shoulder or your arm, or if your baby's chewing on your finger a little bit, you can almost anticipate that the baby's about to chomp down. Nursing moms will often experience this as well, where the baby is nursing very seriously for about 10 or 15 minutes, and then the baby will kind of slow down the nursing and start to fidget at the breast. And that's the time when babies often will begin to be curious about biting. If you are nursing your baby and you find your baby is chomping down every now and then, the best way to get your baby to release the breast is to pull him into the breast so that his nose and his mouth is buried in the breast and he can't actually catch his breath. Then he's going to have to release the breast, open his mouth, and you'll be able to pull him off easily without hurting yourself. But no matter how careful you are, when you're holding your baby, he is going to surprise you sometimes and be able to sink his teeth into your shoulder or your arm or your chest. If that happens, simply put baby down, say, "Ow, no biting," walk away from your baby so that he or she feels a little bit of a negative consequence. Don't get angry. You don't need to yell. You don't need to make your voice sound very harsh, but by simply saying no biting and walking away for a minute or two, let your baby fuss a little bit to understand that you didn't like what happened. Then come on back to your baby, pick your baby up and say, "No biting," that's an owie. You don't have to give your baby a long lecture because, of course, your baby's not going to hear most of it. Just the simple words, the simple instruction will really sink in to baby's mind. And baby will eventually learn not to bite anymore. Now, it's probably going to take a couple hundred episodes of you saying no biting and putting baby down and walking away before it's going to sink in. But as baby gets older, around 15 to 18 months, baby will mature. Baby will learn that there are some boundaries that he really shouldn't cross. And that type of discipline approach will eventually sink in and your baby will eventually learn from it and will stop biting.